Hey guys, hey fam, what's up? Soti baby here, Soti mama, Soti special, Soti sprinkle, Soti spicy, and you're welcome to a new video on my channel. You guys seem to love the setup and I'm loving it as well. It's impromptu, is DIY, but it looks good. So yeah, welcome back to my channel guys. If you've not seen my face before, hi, my name is Sotoya Kelechi Wonsi. I am a lawyer, a mom, a wife. Okay, and on this channel we do all things real, okay, real life conversations, chit chats here and there, bits of the law and all of that good stuff. Okay, so if you're interested, please subscribe to the channel, help our family grow. All right, give me a thumbs up, share with your friends and all of that good stuff. So let's get into the video of today. What are we talking about? Alright guys, so in light of the whole mobile situation and all of that, there's been a lot of talk of I'm going to do some videos regarding that situation in the future. I'm still doing my research, more evidence and things are coming to light, so I don't want to come and give half and half information, okay? But in light of that conversation, a lot has been going on in my mind and watching online and seeing online how people are so quick to be violent against women in specific regards, okay? So one of the people who came out to explain himself was this I don't know if he was a musician but an entertainer in Nigerian media called Oxlade. I don't know him, I never heard of him before, but I saw a post he did explaining himself, and then somehow I saw a video or rather an article regarding how he had allegedly released his ex-girlfriend or a girl he had something with, her sex tape, and then he had he had put it online, and then the girl had filed a petition or whatever the case may be. The matter had gone to court, she sued him, and then she got judgment in her favor. And just shortly before that, I saw another post about a lady. In fact, I'll put the post here so you guys can see. A lady who came up on, I don't want to read it to you guys because it's long. The last time I read it, but I enjoyed it, but this one is quite long. The premise of the whole situation is that her colleague at work called her and let her know that she had videos of her on the internet, okay, in compromising positions, and it was so confusing because she's supposed to be a veiled woman in a niqab. Okay, niqab is Muslim attire, fully covered, only your eyes will show in public, so she's a fully veiled woman. And why is her sex tape basically on the internet on porn sites, only to now discover that it was her husband who claims he had an addiction that was posting her content, not even content, her video, her personal intimate moments online. He had been recording it and all of that stuff and posted it online. Now, when I did my research, while I was doing research on this topic, because it's something that is so common, and it's crazy how common it is, what they call revenge porn. It's crazy how common that you and your partner, in the passion, you record some things, or you send him your sexting and you send some compromising pictures or videos or things like that, and when there's drama that happens or when there's a problem, he posts it online. When you guys break up, in order to shame you and disgrace you, he posts it online and all of that, and there's outrage here, you get embarrassed. Some people's families have disowned them, some have even killed them, because there's some countries, which was even discussed in that post, about honor killing, where family members will kill their daughters or sisters or wives because they've been naked online, or they've even done anything compromising their religion. Okay, so my question and my fear is that why is it that this is the go-to response for a lot of men? Like, why you engaged in this act with this woman? You are the one that sometimes coerced her to send her sex tape, sometimes not. You are the one that encouraged her to do this kind of thing, or she decided to do it in an act of intimacy, passion and all of that, and then the first response is to go and shame her online publicly. Okay, I saw a post the other day on Instagram on how to remove your pictures or your face. I will look for it if I can find it. If I cannot find it, I'm sorry, but I will try my best to find that post on how to get rid of your face and your stuff on the internet if for any reason you have been betrayed and your information has been posted out there, right? That's what you can do, like some AI, some tech things on how to get rid of those things. But in light of the fact that this might not be possible, what do you actually do? How do you get justice? The truth about justice is that justice is not, how do you say it? Justice is not always enough. Okay, so yes, you get judgment, maybe not, but the deed that has already been done and the information is out there. So more than the fact that it's difficult to get justice, it's also difficult to erase this situation out of the public sphere, because the internet never forgets. People have downloaded such pictures or videos. People are so quick to do things like that. Remember Moyo Lawal? Recently, her intimate moments were posted online, and people were downloading it and resharing it and all of that stuff. Even when you didn't want to watch it, you would go on Twitter and you would see people already posting it in the comments and everything. So it was already there. So even if you want to say you want to reach out to the site or the companies, the website, a lot of this information is already out there. So how do you get rid of it? So justice is almost not available to people victims of such crimes, right? So what do you do? Okay, in this instance, in the story I was telling you about, the woman said she called her family. Thank God her family was supportive. They were able to listen to her. They were able to give her options, and even his family were apologetic, and I think he was arrested and a lot of other things. She was also arrested at some point because she became violent and all that. But in a Nigerian setting, okay, where we are, where most of my viewers are, I know a lot of you are Nigerian. If you're in that kind of situation, what do you do? How do you handle revenge pornography? How do you seek justice? How do you get justice? Do you even get justice? Okay, so let's go to the Upstate case. I read the summary of the judgment. I didn't get my hands on the judgment, but I read the summary of the judgment, and let me kind of break it down a little bit. So she filed an action against this guy, and he was very adamant. He refused to appear in court. He refused to do a lot of things. Like, he was basically in contempt of court, and the judge was ready to actually give not consent. He was ready to give exemplary damages and punitive damages and all of that because of his actions and also the actions against this woman. But somehow I think that the parties settled, because they settled outside of court. So they came back before the judgment was delivered and brought a consent judgment. So the lady was asking for 20 million naira in damages, and what the court granted was 5 million naira, because that was what was agreed upon by the parties, or between the parties. But the judge said that if she had allowed, if he had been able to deliver his judgment, it would be much more than that, because of how his actions were. He was not even remorseful, allegedly, and the judge was ready to give punitive and exemplary damages, that is aggravated damages for more than what you have done, like to show you that this thing that you did was contrary to all forms of human rights and all of that. You violated this girl in so many ways, right? And the judge was ready to make an example of him. So one thing I'm going to say here now before we continue this video is that allow justice take its place. Some people believe with Nigeria you can't get justice, blah 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 blah. The truth is that if you have a good cause of action and you have a good lawyer, more often than not, okay, you will get justice. It might take time, it might be delayed, but you will get something out of it. Okay, so she may have gotten more than $5 million. Amen. 5 million naira. But yeah, what she got, the damages she got was 5 million naira. But that at least set a precedent for the future, that you can actually approach the courts and you can actually get justice. So under which laws can you get justice, okay, with regards to such crimes? I think there are two major laws. Sorry, the lighting is changing, you guys. Anything in Nigeria, just know that there's NEPA issues and things like that. So please permit me for the brightness and the all of that. So what am I trying to say? There are two major laws that right now I have been able to research, and it's the Cybercrime Act and the Criminal Code Act. Okay, Criminal Code Act and the Cybercrime Act are the kind of laws that protect women or anybody in general that who faces things like that, because women also post nudes and stuff of their man and say, oh, this thing was even very small and all of that. Women do it too, but it's more common and the shame is more on a woman, right? So Section 2, let me read it out because I have my phone here. Section 23(2) of the Cybercrime Act 2015 says that any person who knowingly makes or sends other pornographic images to another computer by way of unsolicited distribution shall be guilty of an offense, and upon conviction shall be sentenced to 1 year imprisonment or a fine of 250,000 naira or both. That's section 23, okay? Then section 24 of the same act says that any person who knowingly or intentionally sends a message or other matters by means of computer systems or network that is grossly offensive, pornographic, or indecent, obscene, or menacing character, or causes any such message or matter to be sent, or B, commits an offence under this act and shall be liable on conviction to a fine of not more than 7 million naira or imprisonment for a term of not more than 3 years, or to both such fine and imprisonment. So you can get a imprisonment or fine. So 7 million naira, the other one is 250,000 naira, or 3 years, 1 year imprisonment, depending on the situation that you are in and depending on the evidence and all of that of the case, right? So there are so many cases like that. The Criminal Code Act, okay, section 373 and section 376 of the Criminal Code Act also talks about such offenses, okay. So let me read section 373. It provides for defamation, okay. So this, you can come under the act of defamation. I've talked about defamation before. I'll link a video where I talked about it previously, talking about how bloggers and reactors and people who do videos like this, journalists, need to be careful not to make defamatory statements, because the law can come after you. Even though you think you're innocent, your thumbnail that you think that it's just clickbait might not just be clickbait, okay. Your title that you think is not clickbait might not be clickbait. Once you satisfy the ingredients of defamation, you can be sued and then judgment can be given against you. So section 373 and 376 talks about defamation, and defamation can also be the exploitation of somebody's personal images, private moments, sexual moments, and all of that stuff. And you can also get imprisonment or a fine. So these laws are existent in Nigeria, and a lot of states have also domesticated the laws to their regular states. In Nigeria, let me just break it down a little bit. So even if the federal government has an act, so a law, a general law saying this, like the Cybercrime Act now, in Rivers State where I live, the Cybercrime Act has to be domesticated or made into the cybercrime law of Rivers State for it to be applicable in Rivers State, right? If that makes any sense. So once the cybercrime law is applicable in Rivers State, is domesticated in Rivers State, then if the incident happens in Rivers State, if that is within the jurisdiction of Rivers State, you can come to the High Court and then, you know, this lighting, gosh, it's washing me out. I'm so sorry. We'll fix it in post-production. So you can come to the act and let me see. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I tried to adjust the curtains and stuff like that. So basically what I was trying to say is that the Rivers State government, the legislature, has to domesticate the federal act into the state law for it to be applicable in Rivers State. So whenever you see act, it is for Abuja and the FCT, because that's a federal law and that's the Federal Capital Territory. So every state in Nigeria has to domesticate those laws into their local laws for it to be applicable, and you can prosecute and all of that. So why am I doing this video? Because literally, like as I said in the beginning, when I was doing my research, as I was clicking, I was seeing videos of, oh, my husband posted my news online, my boyfriend is my news online. It's so common and so rampant, and it seems that a lot of these men get away with it. A lot of these men are not arrested, they are not prosecuted, because maybe people think they can't find recourse, or the shame of the fact that these things are already out there, so you don't want to you don't want to fight, you don't want to seek justice because you know it's out there, you're ashamed. The more people will know about it, the more you publicize it, the more it comes out and all of that. But the truth of the matter is that Nigeria has a lot of laws, okay, that protect women. A lot of women just don't know their rights. That's the truth. A lot of women don't know their rights. Even the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act has a lot of laws and a lot of provisions for specific offenses relating to women in domestic violence situations, stalking, rape, harassment, or assault, all of those things. Even spousal battery, okay, men that beat their wives, or women vice versa anyway, that beat their wives and all of that, can come under these provisions. Granted, the provisions are, the laws are domesticated in their states, can come under those laws, and then you find justice, you seek justice, but justice always takes time. It is nothing that is quick in Nigeria. Talk about internet takes time, everything takes time because we are still a developing country. So we need to give our country some grace, we need to give our legal system some grace, but we are doing okay. We are doing okay. Some countries, some African countries do not even protect women like this. They don't have any provisions like this, but the Nigerian government is taking steps, or has taken certain steps, to protect women. So please, 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 if this happens to you, if you know anybody that it happens to, please seek out a good lawyer and go to court and fight for your right. The lady in this Upstate situation, I'm so glad that she did that. Okay, she has set a precedent, even though she had shield. Okay, that I'm sure maybe they intimidated her, but I'm not sure, allegedly, but they may have, or she may have felt like she wouldn't win or something, so she settled. But I wish she just stuck it out, because that 20 million would have been breeze. If I were the judge, I would have given much more than that, to warn other people who do these things that, see, the law is actually active. The law has, people have recourse. You know, people, they say the law is this, the recompense for the common man. If you come to court, you will seek justice, and to seek justice, you will find justice. So I hope this video was quite helpful. I hope like you understood the scenario. I hope that you know that you can come to court, you can get a good lawyer and get this, get your right, get your you know, judgment, get your justice. So I will end this video with saying that if you have any legal opinions, or if you have any legal questions, legal dilemmas, legal confusions, or even just general confusions regarding women, marriage, domestic situations, the law, let me know in the comments. If you don't want to put it in the comments, send me an email. My email will be in the description box, or send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram handle will also be in the description box, or it might be here as well. You just check it out, send it to me, and then we'll discuss it and all of that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this content. I hope you learned something today. I hope you are armed with at least good information that the law is on your side, at least to the extent of these certain situations. And I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video. I say thumbs up and like all the time, but give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.